Hey everybody, it's Craig Morrell, eXp Realty, and I'm going to give you the answers to the top 3 questions in real estate right now. Stay tuned. All right, I hope everybody's staying safe out there, practicing social distancing. I just wanted to dig into the top 3 questions I've been getting right now from a lot of my clients. I'm sure you guys have the same questions out there, so let's kind of dig into this for a second here. What we're going to cover today is going to be, when is the economy going to recover? Are we going into a recession? Is this going to be like 2008? So let's dive in. So question number 1, when is the economy going to recover? So what we're looking at here compared to 2008 is, as you can see in my illustration here, is there's a VCR. For those of you that are old enough to remember the VCR. What we have is that someone here has simply hit the pause button on our economy, whereas in 2008, it's the equivalent of somebody taking the tape out of the VCR and then smashing the VCR with a baseball bat. So it took us a long time to put that VCR back together, and then we could put the cassette back in and start playing again. Whereas this is simply a pause button on a growing economy. So let's take a look at what the experts have to say. So while there is damage to the economy right now, there's not going to be a lot of restructuring that needs to be done. We just have to get back to work. So I want to let you know what time that will probably happen. So we've done some research here, and we've got the forecast from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley. They're all saying the same thing. We're going to be in for a wild ride over the next 90 days, the second quarter of this year, but we're also in a wild ride throughout the rest of the year. So if you look at the graph right here, you can see that every one of the major financial institutions that we have on the graph agree that it's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have what they call a V type of recovery, a strong down, a strong up. Kind of like if you took a tennis ball and threw it at the ground as hard as you could and watched it bounce right back up again. And everyone here is agreeing to that, and that's the good news. As a matter of fact, John Burns Consulting has actually done some analysis on this, and there's a quote there talking about how most pandemics are usually V-shaped, such as the pandemic that we're in right now. So now comes the question, are we going to go to a recession? Because of the major drop in the GDP expected this quarter, there's going to be a lot of talk of recession. And understand that that shouldn't scare you too much from a real estate standpoint. Recession does not equal housing crisis. As a matter of fact, Doug Bryan, he's the CEO at Mind Property Management, said recently that with the exception of 2 recessions, that's the Great Recession from 2007 through 2009, and the Gulf War recession from 1990 to 91, no other recessions have impacted the U.S. housing market, according to Freddie Mac Home Price Index data collected from 1975 through 2018. Is this going to be like 2008? We know that in 2008 and 2009, real estate was at the epicenter of the downturn of the economic slowdown. And what we know today, entering into this year, the strength of the housing market is well positioned to bring us out of it. So our research team went back and took a look at the housing crash of 2008 and the stock market correction and found some very interesting things to take a look at here. When we look back to 2008, we can see that the S&P went through a correction of about 51%. And through that time in 2007 and 08 and 09, home prices depreciated as well. Really over the 3-year period, a cumulative appreciation or depreciation, of just about 20%. And that's what we remember. That's what consumers or anyone who lived through it remember. But yet we also can see what's different from today versus then. As you can see here, in the slide, what 9/11 has in common with what is happening today is that this shock has also generated fear, angst, and anxiety among the general public. People avoided crowds then as they believed another terrorist attack was coming and are acting the same today to avoid getting sick. The same parts of the economy are under pressure. Airlines, leisure, hospitality, restaurants, entertainment, consumer discretionary services in general. So very similar to what everyone's saying, it's that we're hitting the pause button, and right now because we're self-sheltering in place during this time. So I hope I answered a lot of your questions today, and also just want to let you know that closings are still happening every single day. The gears are still turning. We are still deemed essential business, and we're here to serve you. If you need anything at all, please feel free to reach me at 863-409-7718. It'll be listed below. If you need anything at all, it doesn't have to be real estate related. It can be literally anything. Please feel free to reach out. I'm here to help in any way, shape I can. So have a great day out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Stay safe. Practice the social distancing, and we'll get through this all together. Have a wonderful day.